Hi everyone, welcome to Tweakrz, and this video is going to be about Marvel Rivals dropped recently. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys what are the best settings to optimize your FPS, fix lags and stutter, and for the best and the most important part, improve your performance. Watch this video till the end because I'm going to be showing you guys multiple steps to help you, and with all that said, let's get started with the intro. Alright, step number 1 is the best Windows settings, and for that simply search for settings on your PC, and once you're here go down to gaming, head over to game bar and turn this thing off. Game bar consumes a lot of CPU and RAM usage in the background, and disabling that will help you to improve your FPS. Go back to gaming, head over to game mode and turn this thing on. It will optimize your PC by turning things and applications off in the background, helping you to improve your FPS. Right beneath that you'll find graphic settings. Click on that and then click on change default graphic settings. Now over here you will find two options. First one is hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, and second one is optimizations for Windows games. Both of them will help you to reduce your input latency and utilize your GPU to render this game. Simply enable both of them, head back to graphics and then click on the browse button over here. Now you have to go to the download location of your game, and if you're unsure of that, simply open up Steam. Right click on your game, head over to manage and then click on browse local files. You'll be in your game file folder right over here. Simply Ctrl C and copy the file path. Then you're gonna have to paste it right over here and press enter. This will take you to this page. Now what you have to do is head over to Marvel game, Marvel, binaries, Win64, and you'll find Marvel Win64 shipping.exe. Simply click on add. Now scroll down and find that. Once you find it, simply go over to its options, select high performance and then click on save. Next step is going to the download location of your game and setting up the compatibility set. And for that, head back to the same folder, head over to Marvel game, Marvel, binaries, Win64, and select Marvel Win64 shipping.exe. Right click on that and then head over to its properties. Click on compatibility, and then for the disable full screen optimizations you're gonna have to check it on. Then click on change high DPI settings and then select override high DPI scaling behavior. Click on OK and then click on OK. This will help you to reduce your input latency. Next step is the best command line settings, and for that right click on Marvel Rivals, click on its properties, and then over here in the launch option type in use all available cores. You guys can copy it from the description as well, and once that is done simply close it. Next step is creating a restore point, and for that simply search for create a restore point on your PC. Then scroll a little bit down until you find your local disk C. Click on create and name it Rivals just so you can remember it. I highly recommend you guys to skip this step if you want to restore all of your settings back to normal. Once that is done, simply close it and close system properties. Next step is the Marvel Rivals FPS pack. This is the most important part. You can download it from the link in the description below. You'll find in 6 simple folders over here, and let's start with the first one, that is CPU priority. Here I have left AMD and Intel CPU priority according to your computer. Again, if you have an AMD CPU, you can double click and run the AMD CPU priority, and this will help you to set up the correct priorities and utilization settings for your CPU. It helps you to improve your CPU's performance. Second one is Intel CPU priority. If you guys have an Intel CPU, you can do this. Second folder is RAM optimization, where I have left a ton of RAM registries according to your PC. Once again, to know your RAM, you can simply search for system information on your PC and then look for installed physical memory. It is 32 GB for me, so I have to apply 32 GB RAM registry. Could be different for you, so apply one from this registry list over here. Once again, if you face any kind of performance issues, you guys can use reset to default registry I have given right over here. Next is Marvel Rivals priority, and this is the most important part. Here I have left above normal, high priority and normal priority. Once again, I would request you guys to select one according to your PC, and if you guys are not sure of it, leave your PC specs down in the comments below and I'll be telling you guys which one to choose from over here. Go back. Fourth folder is useful programs, where I have left 4 simple programs. Let's start with the first one, that is cache cleaner. Simply right click and run it as administrator. This will start deleting all temporary files off of your PC, and don't worry, this is completely safe. These are just cache files created by your browser and other applications that are no longer in use, which is very well safe to delete. Let it run in the background, minimize it. Second one is MemReduct. You guys have to install it on your PC and open it. Here is how MemReduct actually works. You guys can see that right now I'm consuming about 36% of my RAM on my PC, and you guys can see it right over here as well. As soon as I click on clean memory and then I click on yes, it will start reducing the memory that is currently in use. It's always good to use as a headroom creator for your RAM if you are trying to get into the game, and it will help you to fix high RAM consumptions while you're playing. You guys can see that my RAM usage instantly dropped down to 18%. I would always recommend you guys to use it every time you open up your game. Next step is MSI Mode Utility 3.0. Simply right click and run this as administrator. Here you guys can find your graphic card. You have to look for it. Simply click on the MSI button in front of it, and then for the interrupt priority, go and set it to high. Setting up your interrupt priority will allow your graphic card to handle more processes at a single time, and it will help you to optimize your GPU's performance while rendering the game. Last and not the least is the Unpark CPU. You have to double click and open it up. This application is really great because Windows by default has a tendency to disable the cores which are no longer in use. These cores are put to a sleep mode and reduce the performance of your CPU and power consumption of your CPU. And if that happens while you're playing your games, this is not good for the performance. And to fix that, you have to slide this core parking index all the way up to 100% and then click on apply. Click on OK, and this will ensure that all of the cores are enabled and running. Help you to optimize your core performance and always good to use for games. Next is Bash Tweakrz, and here I have left 3 simple command prompts that you guys can run them as an administrator. BCD Tweakrz will help you to reduce your input latency. Memory compression will help you to improve your CPU and RAM optimization, and disable process mitigation will help you to reduce your CPU usage. You have to right click and run all of them as administrator, and all they will do is run some PowerShell commands on your PC and will help you to optimize the performance. Next is unwanted services over here, and these are some services which are by default enabled on your PC, and they are consuming background application and CPU utilization on your PC. And to fix that, you guys can disable every single one of them. But if you use any Bluetooth devices or printer devices, skip these two, but I would recommend you guys to disable every single one of these services over here. And don't worry, it's completely safe. If you want to revert any of them back, use the revert folder and you can enable them individually. Once you're done with the FPS pack, simply close it. Next step is msconfig, and for that simply press Windows and R key together on your keyboard, and over here you have to type in msconfig. It will open up system configuration right in front of you. You have to click on the boot button over here and then click on the advanced options. Select number of processor and choose the maximum number of processors available for your PC. After that, simply click on OK. Then have to click on apply. Next, you have to head over to the services tab and then click on hide all Microsoft services. Then start disabling all unwanted services over here which can be consuming your RAM usage. Some of these services may include Adobe update service if you have any Adobe software, printer services, browser update services, or MySQL which can be running in the background. And yeah, that is it. Disable all of them, click on OK. Then have to click on exit without restart. Now I would recommend you guys to drop into the game for the best in-game settings. Okay, once you're in your game, head over to settings and then go over to settings right over here. Then display mode should be set to full screen, aspect ratio should be set to 16:9, resolution should be your native monitor resolution, anti-aliasing and super resolution type. You guys can set this into TAAU or NVIDIA DLSS or AMD FSR according to your GPU. I have an NVIDIA GPU, so I have to go with NVIDIA DLSS, and the super resolution mode should be set to quality. Super resolution sharpening should be set to 80%. Frame generation mode is highly controversial because it adds your input latency. So if you have a super low end PC and you guys are looking for more FPS, you're gonna have to turn it on. But if you guys are competitive players and looking for lesser input latency, you have to turn it off. Low latency mode should be set to NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency, and brightness can be adjusted manually. Limit FPS should be turned off. Show FPS and network stats should be turned on. VSync should be turned off. Then go down to graphics settings over here and you'll find graphics quality. Set it to custom. Global illumination should be SSGI low quality. Reflection quality should be screen space reflection. Model detail, go with medium. Post processing low. Shadow details low. Texture details medium or high, whichever gives you better FPS. Effects and foliage quality, go with low. Once that is done, press enter to apply them. Click on confirm. Restart your game and you guys can enjoy the best FPS possible in Marvel Rivals. So guys, that was it for this video. I hope I could have helped you out. If I could have, make sure to leave a like and smash the subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel. We are really close to 500 subscribers and I trust you guys. We'll see you all in another amazing video. Until then, stay tuned, keep watching Tweakrz, and peace out.